Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Mario Mia Jr. Second referee, Mr. Chris Iñaki Ramos. Let's meet the starters. First, for the DLSZ Santiago Zubel Junior Spikers. Let's start with number 1, Jared Failana. At number 5, Ario Rojas. At number 7, Kyle Aure. At number 9, Gabby Baligod. At number 14, Floyd Marinduque. At number 30, Chris Paliega. Starting libero at number 12, Yuan Papa. Head coach, Mr. Ronilo Gacula. Calling on our Far Eastern University Diliman Baby Tamaraus. Let's start with our team captain at number 11, Rods Duot. At number 3, Vir Molina. At number 4, Vince Rebusquillo. At number 8, Kyle Tandok. At number 10, Ahmed Bituin. At number 17, Tyler Ramos. Starting libero at number 9, Ed Alabar. Head coach, Mr. RJ Del Rosario. It's the Junior Spikers versus the Baby Tamaraus. This is the UAAP.
Presenting the starters for DLSZ Zubel, we have Baligod, Rojas, Failana, Paliega, Marinduque, Aure, and Papa. They're wearing white and complementary black and green for today. And then on the other end for the Tamaraus, we have Molina, Between, Duot, Ramos, Tandok, Rebusquillo, and Alabar, wearing black with complementary green and yellow. The usual colors for FEU and DLSZ Zubel in the high school ranks. As we thank you for joining us on Pilipinas Live. This is Mix Gomez at your service, and I'd like to say this once and for all. The time is now for FEU to continue winning because apparently they have 9 graduating players. A lot of them might be moving on to the FEU Seniors program. He's competing in the Spikers Turf quarterfinals, by the way, as of this moment, against Perpetual. And it's going to be interesting as to how recruitment will continue to happen in the landscape of Philippine volleyball. We might see some players changing colors, transferring from one school to another as FEU scores the first point of this game. We have Vince Rebusquillo who will be doing the honors from the service line. That ball goes in straight into an ace. Not the best of receives coming from Chris Paliega. This is the 3rd game of Chris Paliega and Mario Rojas suiting up for DLSZ. After all, they had to work on some papers before they were eligible to play this year. Duot sets up the open. Nice hit. And it's our reigning best opposite spiker, Amit Betwin. He did tell us that if he's given the choice, he would go back to the opposite angle. But he's good enough to be very effective from the left pin. Rebusquillo serves again. Misreceived by Floyd. Rojas will attack. And a chance ball for FEU. They go to the middle. And that's a hammer coming in from Vir Molina, one of the graduating players wearing black for today. Let me just enumerate the graduating players. We have Mark Dacor, Vir Molina, Vince Rebusquillo, Keith Pangilinan, Kyle Tandok, Ed Alabar, Amit Betwin, Rods Duot, and Luis Miguel. That's basically your core if you're FEU. As they continue to pile up the points here in set number 1. 5, serving love. And just so everybody also knows about the caliber of this FEU high school team, they actually have tune-up games with their senior squad, and they would win sets against them. I even asked for the average score, as Rojas scores the first point of DLSZ Zubel in this game. The average score of the FEU seniors team against the FEU juniors team in a set is 25-20. That's how good they are. By the way, just got word, sad news for the FEU community. Their seniors team just lost to Perpetual in the quarterfinals of the Spikers turf. As you get to see another middle hit coming in from Bill Molina. 6-1. We have our reigning finals MVP, Rods Duot, doing the honors. Ball goes straight to Marinduque. Middle hit. Ball sent back by the taller FEU players. Opposite, no blockers there. Nice dig. Counter for FEU. That's long. Not the best of hits. Coming from the natural opposite spiker in a bit between. 2 serving 6 now. Let's see if Mario Rojas and company can pull off a comeback here early in this game. Jump serve straight to the libero. Duot back sets. Nice elevation, and that's the usual angle for Mr. Amit between. You gotta love hearing a statement from a natural right-handed person that he really likes attacking from that right pin instead of the left. Nice serve, chase on the set, and a chance ball for FEU. Another middle hit. Boy, that connection between Duot and Molina has been magical in this game. Service, this time it's low for Amit. Now we have DLSZ Bells Alexandro Baligod serving. It's 3-8 in set number 1. That ball goes straight to the libero. Duot opens up. Off of the blockers. It's a point for Kyle Tandok. Another very lengthy player for FEU who's graduating. Well, after all, Coach RJ Del Rosario is a decorated coach already in high school volleyball. He did have 3 straight silver medals in the UAAP before bagging the championship last year, as Rebosquillo just scored from the middle. Just an additional fact from or about Coach RJ Del Rosario. He was the coach who groomed Mark Calado in his high school days before he eventually became an MVP type of player in Philippine volleyball. Regalo para kay Vince Rebosquillo. Back-to-back points for him. And he has a timeout. Let's see the previous sequence. Over receive, leading on to an easy point for FEU. On the other hand, for Coach Ronnie Gakula of DLSZ Bell, it hasn't been the easiest of journeys in the UAAP. They were winless last year, and they actually lost their first 2 games in this season. That's against Adamson and UE respectively. But they were able to grab a win versus Ateneo with the arrival of Mario Rojas and Chris Paliega. So they're showing good signs in high school volleyball. But can they actually go up against the contenders that we have in this tournament? And of course, one of those contenders is this FEU team. Point for LaSalle off of that scramble. So we proceed with the native of Las Piñas, Christopher Paliega. Ball up by FEU. Duot, back sets. That's the rookie in Tyler Ramos. He's very lengthy as an opposite spiker coming off of Pampanga. This is the biggest league that he has ever played in his volleyball career. And he's expected to be one of the leaders of FEU next year alongside Zedric Kalimlim and Eli Nagit. Duot opens up. Down the line, hit. Ball goes straight to the crowd. What a monster spike by Kyle Tandok. There you go. Just challenging the defense of Paliega. Ramos serves. Ball put up by Mario Rojas. Marinduque met on his approach. Set to the middle, push, chance ball, FEU. Duot! There's the counter. Back to Rebusquillo. Duot has been giving the ball a lot to his middle blockers, middle hitters in today's game. 15 serving 4 now. Tyler Ramos. Straight to Rojas. Over receive. Ball saved. But this is a chance ball. Leading up to a 1-2 for Duot. Rod Duot just plays like a veteran already in the high school ranks. He's so calm and composed. Very intelligent as a setter. When you ask him about his mentality on the court, he really wants to distribute that ball. Hindi siya mahilig pumorsyento sa isang tao lang. Basically, ang porsyento niya ay lahat ng kanyang hitters. Marinduque approaches. He scores off of the block. Well, Floyd Marinduque, after all, has been used to being challenged at the net already in UAAP High School Volleyball. Last year, he was a lone option for De La Salle Zobel. Of course, without Mario Rojas and Chris Pallega in that time. Service error. Long on the hit by Floyd Marinduque. There you see the ever so silent head coach of La Salle in Ronnie Gacula. Very calm and composed as well. What a great motivator. Strong serve. Service ace for Kyle Tandok. Wow. That's what we can usually expect off of jump serves. They don't float around. They don't go from left to right and right to left in terms of direction, but they will hit you sharply. 19-5, another point for FEU. Tandok serves again. Ooh, this time it's low. On the other end, we have Kyle Aure serving for De La Salle Zobel. 6 serving 19. Aure is one of the taller players of La Salle, but that service goes out. You can definitely see the height difference between these two squads in this game. Full rotation, service error for Vince Rebusquillo. He will take a breather as Ed Alabar returns to the court. Our reigning best libero in the UAAP. Service now for the setter of De La Salle Zobel. Duot opens up. There's the push. Ball put up by the white shirts. Rojas approaches. Going cross. That's wide. It's now 21 serving 7. Duot serves. Straight to the libero. There's the setup combination. Mario Rojas could not score. Duot recalculates. Open hit. What a setup. That's Amit Bituin with the point. And we have a timeout. 22-7 as we take a look at the replay. There's Bituin challenging the defense of the libero. The blockers were late. They were off with their position. We're back inside the Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino for your UAAP Season 86 first round matchup between FEU and De La Salle Zobel in the high school volleyball ranks. Push on the set, push on the attack, and there's the counter by FEU. What a hammer coming in from Vir Molina. He has been monstrous with his hits today. Great setup as well by Rods Duot as he serves again. Straight to Floyd. Chased there by Failana. And here's Pallega setting it cross. Duot back sets. Wow. How do you stop that if you're De La Salle Zobel? It's pure domination by FEU. 24 serving 7. Rods Duat. It's been a nice afternoon for him so far, distributing that volleyball. 17 set points. Ball up. Open hit. Paliega pushes. Duat keeping it alive. They send it to the other side. And there's the top scorer of FEU, soaring and scoring in Amit Bituin, reaching for the stars in that previous sequence. It's 25-7 to open things up here in our game. As we present our highlights for set number 1, let me just remind you guys that FEU is our defending champion team here in the UAAP High School Boys Volleyball Division. Zobel last year did not even win a game, but in terms of progress with recruitment, with culture, this team, this program is growing up. So we can still hope for better things, even in this game for them. This is a long way to go for FEU and De La Salle Zobel, but for Rods Duat and company against Mario Rojas and the rest of the white shirts, as I have been mentioning, it's been a nice game of distribution for Rods. You're seeing attacks from the open, from the opposite, from the middle, between with another highlight there. He continues. He will be the most impressive guy once again for FEU as they, or if they win another game in high school volleyball. It's 25-7 in set number 1. It's 25-7 to wrap up set number 1. We shall begin things for set number 2 here inside Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino. Now we're hearing drums from the side of the Baby Tamaraws with a couple of cheers present as well here at the sideline. After all, FEU did mighty well in the UAAP cheer dance competition that happened yesterday inside the SM Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. Good for them to have this program already in the high school ranks. And that applies to volleyball in itself. They have a good volleyball program in the seniors division. And it actually is rooted back to its high school division, which is this program of Coach RJ Del Rosario. We do have a couple of stars graduating from FEU High School who have transitioned onto FEU seniors. That's Mark Calado with the likes of Bryce de Guzman. Who else came from here? You have Benny Martinez, one of their setters. That's just among others. A nice core for them in the seniors program. All right. Thank you for joining us on Pilipinas Live. FEU has a standing of 3 wins and 1 loss. They defeated Adamson, UST, and Ateneo, and losing to UE in their first game of the season. But that was actually a flu game for a lot of Baby Tamaraws. They weren't feeling 100%, and they would want to get back against the Red Warriors in the second round, which will happen, by the way, come January. And as for De La Salle Zobel, they have 1 win, 3 losses, defeating their arch rivals Ateneo in round 1. They lost to Adamson, UE, and NU. Here's Rods Duat. A splendid day for him so far. Back set by Failana. Rojas goes cross. Chance now for FEU. Opposite tip. Looks like that new guy is getting some cheers from his team as Rojas scores off of the blockers. See what happened here. Nice point for Mario Rojas. There's his jump serve. Straight to the libero. Set up to the open. Pushed by Kalimlim. He's the guy who just got cheers from his team, as now this is not a good sight for De La Salle Zobel. We have Chris Paliega down on the floor. He looked to have tweaked his ankle in the previous sequence. And remember, he's one of the go-to players of the white shirts. It's himself with Rojas and Marinduque as the big 3 in terms of attackers from the wing for De La Salle Zobel. Paliega is grimacing in pain. Obviously, it's not easy when you tweak your ankle off of a high jump, which is the case in volleyball. You jump a lot, and it will catch you by surprise. If your ankle rolls, it's going to take usually a week or two for full recovery. See what happened here? There you go. He stepped on the foot of the attacker. That is Zedric Kalimlim of FEU. Obviously not intentional for Zedric to have caused an injury. It happens. It's very common. So we're going to hope for the best in terms of the recovery of Chris Paliega. He will be missing some action before we wrap up round number 1 in 2023. And then we shall proceed in 2024 for round number 2. We actually have some Wednesday games, by the way. For those of you who are watching, you can invite your friends and family to join us here inside the Adamson University Gym. If not, you can watch on Pilipinas Live. So Chris Paliega will be helped out by our medical team, who are always present. They continue to do a job well done, taking care of our UAAP players. So we're seeing team captain Ashton Dumana now on the court. He's going to have to step up as Paliega will now sit this game out. Obviously, he can't play anymore unless somehow, some way his ankle will feel better. They'll be able to wrap it up in a good way. Until then, we shall assume that DLSZ will have to move on in this game without Chris Paliega. Now we proceed to his best friend, Mario Rojas, with his jump serve. That's long. Medyo lumamig si Mario after that long lull. It's now 2 serving 1. Between. Strong serve, straight to Mario. Open hit, Marinduque. At least their attacks are now getting through. Nice block! It's Dumana working with talents in that sequence. That should be their first kill block in this game. DLSZ is off to a much better start here in set number 2. Papa will check out and have a bit of a breather as one of their lengthy players checks in. That's Mewin Capena, who could not block that ball as Miguel scores for FEU. Yeah, Pangilinan serving. Not the best of receives. Failana with a tough set there. Chance ball given up by Dumana. Middle hit, no more recovery for Juan Papa. Sorry, let me check that. That's Antonio Papa. For serving 2, Papa receives. Failana goes to the middle. Recovery here for FEU. Miguel hits, going cross. That ball reaches the ceiling. And there looked to have been another violation. Either way, it's a point for FEU. As Pangilinan gets ready to serve again. Keith is also one of the graduating players for the Tamaraws. Failana sets up Marinduque. Is there a check? Yes, there was. Floyd Marinduque was supposed to play basketball for DLSZ in his natural shooting guard position, but obviously competition is tougher, especially with his height in basketball. So he eventually chose volleyball, and here he is, able to star for the white shirts in the UAAP. Rebosquillo scores from the middle. It's now 6, serving 3. Here's Cedric Kalimlim, who's expected to be one of the leaders at FEU next year, as I mentioned, alongside Eli Nagit and Tyler Ramos, because of having 9 graduating players in their roster this year. The set was too high. Not the best of timing as well from Capena on his approach. Kalimlim serves again. 7-3 now in set number 2. Well, this is relatively a tighter set compared to what happened in set 1, wherein the pull away happened in the beginning. Quickly at that for FEU. Ball goes out for Kalimlim. It's 4 serving 7. They proceed with Floyd Barinduque. There's the jump serve. Straight to the libero. That's Alwin Abuhen. Nice rejection again. It's Failana who got the block point. Great timing. It's not always about height, but it will always be about timing in terms of blocking in volleyball. Ooh! That's off to the left. It was served by Floyd. The ball just went ultra wide. 8-5 now. They proceed with Luis Miguel. Serve goes straight to Papa. Failana opens up. Rojas with a nice approach. Ball up by FEU. Between soars at the net. Ball returned to DLSZ Zabel. Failana tried to tip it over. He eventually did, and it works for him. Just a joy to watch him celebrate. He is one of our tall setters in the UAP High School Boys Volleyball Division. Talking about Mr. Failana. Service now for DLSZ Zabel. There's an error made. Looks like somebody crossed the line for FEU. And there you see their coach, RJ Del Rosario, who's not looking stressed at all at the sidelines. He actually was described as a strict coach in the court, but you really enjoy his presence off of the court. Parang barkada daw, no? Si Coach RJ. FEU actually gets to watch beach volleyball games, some senior games as well, when they don't have practice or their own games in high school volleyball. That's a good way to continue learning the sport. Ball up, over receive, and it leads onto an easy point for FEU. It's now 10-7. Again, it's a tighter set number 2. So if you think about it, DLSZ Zabel is looking better here. Vince Rebusquillo serves, misreceive. Papa gives it up to Mario Rojas. Chance ball, FEU. Between again. He soars high, but his ball went low. Set was a bit farther from the net as well in that previous sequence. Here's Failana. 8 serving 10. Wonderful chance for Zabel to try to get a set against FEU. Failana with a service ace. He's been the spark plug in the second set for LaSalle. And that doesn't mean that he came off the bench. He continues to be a starter for DLSZ Zabel. Failana serves. Ooh! That's long. Could have been some good momentum already for the white shirts to build upon. It's now 11-9. We return with Rods Duot. Oh, that's a nice sharp serve with the right height. Great trajectory, straight to the line. He made it like target practice because he Rods Duot against the defense of Ashton Dumana. Ooh! And as I say that, it's now a long serve coming in from Rods. Bit of a back and forth here. 10 serving 12 down. Here's Mario Rojas. Signature jump serve. Another error. It's 13 serving 10. We proceed. Limit between. Ball put up by Papa. What a receive. Leading onto that point by Talents. Credit half of that sequence to Antonio Papa. Pailana did not even need to move so much there. John Talents is now about to serve.
Philip Talents serving for LaSalle.
Here's Philip. 11-13. He recalculated mid-air, which is usually a red flag, but you still want to give credit to him for trying. In the words of our volleyball analysts in the seniors division, the toss is such a big thing in one serve. It changes everything, your approach, your hit, and of course the result of the serve. As the attack went out off of that hit from DLSZ, it's now 15 serving 11. Here's Keith Pangilinan. Straight to Papa. Pailana. One-handed set, but that hit was long and wide for Capena. What you have to love though from the side of DLSZ is that they're enjoying a lot more. You can see it in their body language here in set 2, which is very vital in volleyball. Not the best of receives by Papa. Manduque with a great approach, but he was met at the net. Pailana puts it up. Papa sends it through. Chance ball FEU. And they will choose the combination, which will work. That's a point for the Tamaraws. It's now 17-11. Now the timeout. It's 17-11 in set number 2 for DLSZ versus Far Eastern University Diliman in the high school boys volleyball division of the UAAP in its 86th season. Ball up, Pailana to the open. Recovery for FEU, not the best of approaches there, not the best of sets as well. Back set to Dumana, great blocking, and a chance ball given up. The black shirts will go to the middle. What a hit by Vince Rebusquillo. Serving 11. Here's Keith Pangilinan. Ball straight to Papa. Pailana to the middle. That time around, the attack was blocked by Rebusquillo. The lead has ballooned onto 8 points. 19 serving 11 in set number 2. Pangilinan sending it straight to Papa. Pailana, one-handed tip on the set. And a chance for FEU. Opposite hit. Rojas keeping it alive. Pailana opens up. Not much power there. And here's Miguel to counter. Great rejection at the net. Recovery for the black shirts. Miguel challenged again. This time Dumana wasn't able to get that ball up off of Capena. It's now 20 serving 11. Pailana to the middle. Not the best of hits. Miguel. That ball is kept alive. Chance ball, FEU. Back set. Ball deflected. Bit of a chase. Back set. Pailana to Dumana against two blockers. The rally continues. There's the approach. Pailana keeping it alive. Papa chases for the ball, and that was too tight for one of his teammates, one of Antonio Papa's teammates, to try to even save. We have a substitution for De La Salle Isabel. Baligod returns, replacing Capena. And then on the other end, Duot will now take a breather. Pasok dito for FEU, si Luis Miguel. Let me check that. That's not Miguel, it's Brix Landicho. Service error there, short on the attempt by Pangilinan. Dumana will now do the honors, the team captain of De La Salle Isabel. Nice serve. Not the best of receives. Approached by Miguel against two blockers. The ball was sent back by Lana. Wonder what he tried to do there. Well, it's a point for De La Salle Isabel. Again, they have been enjoying a lot more here in the second set of this game. Dumana serves another sharp serve. Ball almost hit the electric fan. Miguel approaches. That's low. 14 points now for DLSZ here in set 2. They're feeling it. Service again for Dumana. He's been doing very well from that service line. Another sharp serve. Ooh! No save there. That breaks the streak for Dumana. Side out for FEU. Tough dive. Let's give a shout out to the libero. That's Alwin Nabuhen for Far Eastern University. 22 serving 14. Zedric Kalimlim. That's low. Service errors piling up here for FEU in set 2. Now it's Floyd Marinduque who will be taking another turn. 15 serving 22. That is long. Two points before a set 2 victory for Far Eastern University. Luis Miguel serves. Another error. Boy, these service errors are piling up here in set 2. Coaches continue to have neutral faces at the sideline. Baligod. His turn now. That goes in. Straight to Abuhin. Middle hit. Oh my goodness. Vince Rebusquillo has been having one heck of an afternoon for himself. And he will now be serving. It was that sequence in set number 1 when Rebusquillo was serving that gave the pull away for FEU. Failana opens up. Rojas met at the net. Battle there, pushed by Failana. Counter between, sending it straight to Papa. Ball sent by Rojas. The other end, it's between, going cross. Tough dig by Marinduque. Can only do so much against the power of Amit between. So that will do it for set number 2. A tighter set, obviously a better showing from the side of De La Salle Isabel, even with the loss of Chris Pallega because of an ankle injury. Get well soon to Chris, but I'm sure he can be happy for his teammates. We present to you our set number 2 highlights here inside the Adamson University gym. Failana had a much better showing with his blocks and sets, but there have always been counters from that guy, Vince Rebusquillo. He's usually the answer for the black shirts alongside Amit Bituin. For Marinduque and Rojas in this game, it hasn't been the most efficient day for them. Obviously, they have been checked by FEU. So the question is, can they come alive in set number 3 as you get to see another point courtesy of Vince Rebosquillo. So that will do it. It's now 2 sets to love in favor of FEU against De La Salle Zobel.